Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. We're not your financial advisor. This is not a trading room. Whatever you do, it is at your own risk. If you want to follow any of our signal, you're very welcome to it, but we're not
Hey
responsible.
everyone,
And
and
welcome.
welcome.
Before
Before
we
we
start,
start, we have
okay,
a
sorry guys.
disclosure.
Please
Please
be
be
aware
aware
of
of
risk
risk
in the
in the
future
future
trading.
trading.
And normally we start around 10 o'clock. Now is 9:47, and we will start at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, guys, we have please on the sim. We're not responsible for your trade, but now the ES has broke that last resistance line, and now we have a trade on the ES. So now we broke this last resistance line at 41.59, and now we are going long. And if you follow us, you have to be on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, please. Very important. Please, we're not responsible for your trade. The gold, we're gonna close it. The reason we are going to close the gold, because now the market is changing direction, and the gold is gonna lose ground. So we are going to close it. Because of the ES, I override the auto trade and closing it, and now we are going to go long, long, long all the way, and we are going to go long, and we're doing well. CL, ES, everything is long. It's an easy day today. And also for the Russell trader, I'm not a Russell trader, but also the Russell is going long. There we go. Easy day. I love it when easy day. We don't have to use our brain. Our brain is rusted, so it's good not to think and just close the brain for today. So a little pullback. We're not gonna get worried about it, and we are climbing on to the 41.72. The system estimated we could be potentially going to the target at 41.89. So we'll see. It's a buffet table today. All the things you can eat for $9.95. I love it. It's good. Easy. Relaxing day. You just enjoy your espresso, put your feet up on the table, and relax. Nothing we can do. The Nasdaq has been for the last couple of weeks every day 6,000. I don't know about tomorrow. Don't hold me responsible for it. But the Nasdaq 6,000, 7,000 every day. You know, this is remind me once the CL a few years ago, before everybody start jumping on the CL. It was like this on the CL. It used to be like, you know, a couple of 3,000 every single day, and no. And then after New Year Eve, that was a few years ago, it stopped. And Nasdaq now remind me of that CL few years ago. Was every single day the same money, 4,000, 5,000 on the CL. When start everyone jumping on the CL, they ruin it for everyone. And now it is really important for this ES cross the 64. If we are crossing the 64 level, we are going to 71.30. That will be brilliant. Easy day. We don't have to explain a lot. Everything on a cruise control, and yeah. There we go. We're going to the 71.30, and I mean, you know, I wish every day like this. We don't have to think. I wish every day like that. but it's not. Sometimes you ask yourself what I'm doing behind the screen, and sometimes you say this is the best job you ever had, you know, trading. And it comes in different colors sometimes. So there's a joke here. Oh, if we look at the momentum, the pressure in the market on this corner here, from 1 to 30 minutes, from 1 to 30 minutes, everything is giving you indication we are on the right direction, and there is nothing to worry about. And one thing what you can do, we're trying to find a way for traders to make it life easier on them, and especially for the ones cannot read the market. So I'm trying to approach different way. You just not to think about it, and when the market start getting close to your entry price, you just, if you don't want to deal with the market, you can go on the top, close position, and let the auto trade take another trade. If you don't see trading stop, does not mean it's an automatic stop. When the market change direction, the auto trade close itself. So you don't have to worry about that. But let's say when you are doing like this and the market, what we are trying to do, we are trying to catch trend. You see, this one is fast. Well, we can say close position, and don't let it go against you. If you want to do that, you can do that on the auto trade, and let it be. And there we go. And then let it take another trade. Close position, 1,800, 1,400. Okay, and then a close position. We close position. And then what we do, we wait till the next round. By closing the position does not mean your auto trade is not taking a trade. It will be taking the second trade. But if you pick up a few $100 on that trade, or $1,000, and then you wait on the next trade, it's going to be plenty where they come from. And then you don't have to worry about really that much. So there is many ways you can trade. Or when you see a couple of $3,000, what you do, you can override the auto trade and close it. And then what you do, you turn off your computer and you run. This is what a smart trader will do. As an example, here on that NASDAQ trade, we had around $3,000, and all of a sudden the market, if you notice how the market turned around, so we close it, and the auto trade will take another trade, no big deal. If you, let's say on this condition here, you hit 1,400, now the auto trade is not going to take any more trades in here, because you already hit the target. The target is $1,000. What you do, if you feel like want to go on the next round, you right click and you go on a reload. So now you rearm the auto trade again, and now we starting all over again. So right now it's gonna go ahead and start taking the trades again. So it is up to you when you have your daily target. If you wanted to get your daily target and run, or if you wanted to feel like the market is moving, you want to go one more round, you can reload the chart and you're ready to roll again. So it depends what you want to do. And now it will activate another trade, so don't worry about it. On the CL, we have a couple $1,000. If we want to examine what's going on the CL before we make a decision, we can do that. We can look at the CL. It's coming right to the support area right there. You see? Right there on the CL. So we're going to hold a little bit. We have $1,800. That's plenty bread in there. I'm expecting the CL to go back if they are. And if it's not, then we can close it. You still can come out with a profit. If the market turn around, you can get another 1,500. Or if the market is slipping below that price here, that's mean we need to close it and go for another round when the market is up. So right now it's at the critical area, this CL. So I'm holding on that CL to see where it's gonna really move. You see, the CL is stopped at 10438. So we are waiting on then we can make a decision to close it and run, leave it, or reload it and go for one more round. So when we are looking at this chart, we can decide where we are going. And if we look, if this market go below, we can close. Even if neither one of those, if you're happy with the result, 2,100, 2,400, whatever, close it, finished, go away. You don't need to get a suntan sitting behind the computer. So this is what is the critical area here. And the market's, okay, there we go. We climb in, stand closing from 1,500, we climb into 3,000. So you double up your profit. So let's see what will happen. And you can see this is a very serious trade early this morning, European hours. Beautiful winning trades. Now you can see here is blinking, there is some sell coming out, but the momentum is a little bit mixed right now on the CL. You can see it started from the beginning, the 1 minute, 3 minutes start getting in red. So you always have those a few steps ahead from those disaster trader, amateur trading. So right now, if we are crossing the 104.79, I will close that trade on 105.42. So it is really critical to cross the CL on 104.79. Crossing the 104.79 is gonna put your profit on a different level. So an education parallel with your auto trade, in conjunction with your auto trade, is a silver bullet. Auto trade by itself is no longer valid, or a manual trading is no longer valid. The combination of math algorithm and you are the guy is driving the auto trade, making decision. This is where you can control what is good for you, what is not, or close the trade and run. Or when you see the market goes against you, which it happens on a daily basis, you cannot avoid that. and then you close that trade and you wait for the second round. So what we are trying to do, we are always trying to find a way to make our life a little bit smooth when we are sitting behind the screen. And so so I'm trying right now to change the tactics with the auto trades in combination with the technical chart. So for being educated and an educated person, let's say you are auto trading this one, you can walk with 1500, or you can walk with maybe 4000, and two traders using the same auto trade, the same entry, does not mean they will have the same results. They will not. So we will be waiting on crossing that line right there, 104.79, and I think we will. And then I will be cutting off that trade. Really, I like to see the 105.49. That will be brilliant. A little pullback here. It is for the trader's call. You can push the button, close position, walk away. Or if you want to stay on the gambling table for one more round, it's up to you. So this is a trader call. It's not the auto trade or the system. It's the trader, what decision he want to do. The CL is going to 104.50 as a support. We know what's going on. There is no surprise in the market. And it's trying very hard to break this number, as we talked about, the 104.72. We know that. We said that. So here is the fine line is, should I cash out? There is $3,100 on the table. Should I wait, cash out on 4,000, 5,000? Or if this market gonna go below the 104.50, you're gonna walk away with 2,500. The decision is yours, it's not us. We are a tool provider. What you do with it, it's not our problem. And right now, if this CL crossed the 104.72, we are immediately gonna go to 105. And we are, if you notice how the CL hanging right there. So that indicate your PNL is not based, please folks, please, it's not based on your auto trade, it's based on the market movement. So we'll wait and see. Other than that, there is not much left today. We'll see. For the gold you're talking about, it's because the CL, the ES dropped. Look at this. Look at the ES. This is really nasty. Look at this. This is not good. And because the ES drop, the impact on the gold, of course, because it goes the other direction, and it's a climbing again, and it is because look, if you want to make a decision on the gold, should I close that trade? This is another $1,000. Should I cross it? Should I leave it? The um, If the ES cross that number, your gold is gonna drop. If the ES stay below that number, your gold is gonna go up. Keep your eye on the ES. If it cross, look, you see, the ES is the best indication in the house, the best signal. If you notice here, because the ES dropped, your uh, your 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 uh, your gold gonna go up. The same thing with the 30-year Treasury bond. By looking at the technical chart of an ES, you don't need to open a technical chart on a gold. The ES can give you direction what's going on in the market. Now let me how we can write an auto trade. If we look at the CL, this is a CL. The CL, as we explained, there is no surprise in here. As we explained 10 minutes ago, it was a resistance here. I said I wanted to see it passing that. And it was the trader call to either cash in on 3,000. If you want to stay, he can cash in on 4 or 5,000. And if he goes below that number, he's going to cash in on 1,500. All this, it was put ahead of time. What is our option? 1,500, 3,000, or 5,000. And the decision has to be made by the trader, not me, not anyone else. So if we look at the CL, if it dropped below that number, I'm closing that trade. If the CL holding on that area here, I'm going to be a little bit more patient. And this is the risk you're taking. So it's all about the next bar. Where it's going to land is going to give me an indication the party is over. Now, if I wanted to be more patient, I know there is a support area here and I can stay on that trade. But why staying on that trade when you can take $1,500, $1,600? And if the market going up again, the auto trade is going to take a long trade. Understand how to ride that horse. It's very important how you want to steer your auto trade. Trading is an art, folks. It's not an ATM machine. Trading is an art. So I've never seen anything so beautiful as an art, as a trading. I've never seen anything. Painting does not mean anything to me. They are good, but that doesn't say anything to me. But trading is an art, and you have to love it. Don't use it as a wash machine just to. If you love it, you love the challenge in the market, you'll survive. If you want to use it as an ATM machine, it's gonna bite you. So, and you're not gonna get anywhere with it, and. So the game is right here on that trade on the CL. If this market, okay, look, the market start dropping, and it's time to pick up whatever left and close position 1800. And then what I will do, once it gets here, I'll reactivate that auto trade again, whether it's short or long. Oh, there we go. Look what happened. Oh God, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we close that trade. Nothing we can do. Let's go back to the NASDAQ trade. Uh, now the gold is moving the same direction as the NASDAQ. Try to explain that. No explanation, guys. It's just welcome to trading. I have no explanation for that. Why the gold is moving the same direction as a NASDAQ, as an ES? Welcome to trading. It's like you're trying to figure out a woman. You don't figure out a woman. You don't fight with a woman. You just accept her the way she is. And in the market, the same thing, like a woman. You don't fight. You just accept it as they are, And you fight a woman, you lose. And trying to figure out why the gold is moving the same direction as ES. I don't want. There is so many theories, but I don't want to get into it. I don't feel like it. But this is unusual. Should be one of them going down, the other one going up. But welcome to trading. Nothing can be done. Accept it the way it is. And when it is going to our direction, we're not complaining. That's it. So there is a possibility they are playing with the ES. They are. They are monkeying us around, and then it's going to drop. I don't know. We'll see. For the ES, now it is 1026. The ES most likely is not going to see the light above the 4172.75 from now to 12 o'clock. He's not going to see anything more than that. So we keep monitoring and see what happened, and then we can make a decision. But I doubt it very seriously. We are crossing the 4173 before 12 o'clock. I don't know what happened after 12, but before 12, I don't see it, and we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I keep looking at that chart. Is it really gold or is it an ES? Because it's moving the same direction. Yeah. Well, it was a right decision on the CL. Look, the CL is sinking. If we look at the CL is sinking. So it's a good decision we get rid of that trade with 1700, 1800. So it's okay. And this does not look good. And then if we look at the CL, from here you can see that, and you can see from the shorter time frame, start losing the ground. You see? It's an early prediction. That gives you here from 1 to 30 minutes, and from 1 to 30 minutes, that will give you an early prediction before any other trader out there. And that is what is the trick about the future trading. You are trading the future. You need to predict the future, not the past. Not the past bar, So this is where you can see start losing ground. You know it before it happened, and that have a big impact on your portfolio or whatever. So we are losing the ground on the CL, and then it's gonna probably drop to 104.33 and then turn right back on because there is no short below the 104.33. There is no short. There is a pullback re-entry. So we understand what's going on and we keep it on our mind. For the ES, there is a re-entry at 41.58, and we're gonna wait on it. The ES sinking again. That is gonna give a little boost for the gold trade. And if you notice from the market analyzer, guys, you can see how this market confusion in the market here. One trick you have to understand, when the ES on a buy direction, Nasdaq on a buy direction, YM on a buy direction, the market is in sequence. When you see the Nasdaq go in one direction, ES go in one direction, YM go in another direction, the market is not in sequence, and this is where you start getting in trouble. And the chop market, indication of chop market and no direction. So it does not require a brilliant trader or someone with a light bulb on his head. When you see the ES, Nasdaq, YM, they're going in separate direction, not in sequence. Push the brakes down, don't trade, wait till they are in sequence. So if we look at the market analyzer, there is a lot of confusion with the direction of this market, and you should not fall right into this trap. It's trap, and you gotta be smart with it. Well, this is where I estimated the ES is gonna stop right there. Let's see if it's able to break it. That will be really good if it break it. I'm not sure. Look what happened to the ES. It's trying to break it. Good. We'll see. If the ES not able to break this one here, which I predicted it will not half an hour ago. If this market goes back, there is nothing left on the ES to 12 o'clock. So you can see how the ES struggling in that area. And that is going to have an impact on all your auto trades. You always have to direct the auto trade which direction we're going and where is the probability. When you are on the road, where is the problem? And you cross every bridge when you get there and you evaluate what's going on. Guys, when you are comfortable with understand how to read the chart here, I don't want you to learn price action, sit for 10 years paying money to learn. No, it's a free education. But once you start know how to read your instruments, you can land your aircraft safely. So look at it as an instrument on an aircraft. Once you start know how to read it, you know how to land with no visibility. So in other words, you always can find a way to get out of trouble. So what I'm saying is that trade connected to the ES, the NASDAQ is connected to the ES. Everything they are connected somehow. And the ES, look at this. We have predicted, look. We have predicted half an hour ago. So we're not surprised this market dropping. You're still concentrating on your instruments, reading what's going on. And then you can evaluate your trade where you want to go with it. When you have $10 on the table, should I take it or not? Don't use your aggressive, don't use your greed, don't use, try to be technical. If I have 2,100 on that trade, am I happy to exit out of that trade and close the computer? You should not exit that trade and go back in to trade in 5 minutes. So it is a final decision you make, and you should not look back to the market. Oh man, I could have stayed one little bit more, or I should have exit out. Those sad stories is gonna be with you for the rest of your life. Until today, after 27 years, I still cannot, and I say, okay, man, I should have stayed a little bit longer, but it happened. So this is not gonna go away. You cannot aim it to the last tick. You cannot aim it to the max, but when you do your homework, you're satisfied with your result, you cash in, you walk away, and don't say, man, I could have. You could have, but you didn't. It was the right decision when you made it, and live with it. So if we notice here, we accepted, we were expecting the ES not to cross that line, and it didn't. What happened right now, you can see why the gold kept going in the long direction, because all this was bubble. The movements on the ES was fake, and it dropped again. And if you notice, the results on the gold is an impact from the ES. And now we are climbing from 2,000 to 3,000. Not because you're auto trade on the gold. Please, 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 for those guys, they think auto trade is a wash machine. You just put your dirty clothes and then it turns to dollars at night. It's not your auto trade. It's not the chart on the gold. No, please. It is the ES taking a dive, making your chart give you more PNL. It's not the gold. It's not your chart. It's not your auto trade. So right now, let me give you an example. We cashed in on the CL. We cashed in on the CL right there. And we have predicted start losing the ground. And we have told you start losing momentum. What happened to the CL? So we are a happy campers. We cashed in when we had money on the table. And look what it is, the CL right now. It's exactly where we have predicted. And right now the CL is untradeable. The CL is diving in a big pile of mud in here. And here, this area, you cannot trade that area here. It's prohibited. If you get in this area, whether you are taking a long or short, your best offer is to take a quarter out of your pocket, because here, everything is off. You don't know when it's going to turn around, and it could be from that line or the line before or the line before. Now here, your risk is 100% risk. This is not a safe mood trade anymore, right there. So we are glad we cashed in. So you never regret, oh man, I could have stayed. Well, the market has start going, and I said, I wish I didn't close it. But then the market start losing momentum, and we're glad now we cashed in. So by seeing the ES dropping, the more the ES drop, the more you're gonna have more PNL on your gold. Simple. If the ES, which the ES is going to be somewhere around 41.51, somewhere around there, is going to stop dropping. That is a decision for you to close your gold. Once we see the ES come in to the 41.52, it is your call if you want to stay on that trade or you want to close. Or if you don't want to take your chances, you close now and run as fast as you can out of the room. Please, guys, this is how the market works. Whether we like it or not, I mean, tough luck. We cannot change anything in this market. We cannot move the market. We are just on the back of an elephant trying to go on the same direction as the elephant going. You cannot cross. You know, those guys, the market movers, they really know how to piss us off. They really know how to play us. They know your limitation. They know your fibs. They know your stupid ATR. They know that. They know your limitation is 20 ticks max, 10 ticks minimum. They know all this. They know your movement. So now the ES come into, as we said, has nothing to do with the auto trade. The ES is coming here and it's going to stop in there. This is a decision making on the gold. If you want to close in, cash in right now. Because if you don't cash in right now, there is two ways. Maybe the ES is going to drop further, which I doubt it. You have 2,700 here on the table. You can cash in. You can cash in maybe 3,000, I don't know. Or if the gold, or if the ES trying to turn around, you're going to shrink from 3,000 to 2,000. It's 1,000. You calculate how many days a year you have and how many thousand you blow, and then we'll give you, use the calculator, and then you can find out how much you can be missing in 1 year. I'm not your financial advisor. So now let's monitor this ES with the PNL gold. Your PNL gold has nothing to do with the auto trade. Your PNL gold is connected what the ES is going to do. Your optimization is rubbish on the weekend, has no impact when you start on Monday. On your optimization is not going to predict for you at 10:43 a.m. 3rd of May. Your ES gonna get stuck on 44.50.75. There is no way. No way it's gonna do that. It is you have to make a decision when you open your Ninja Trader and you are right in front of the monitor. So right now, the decision here on the ES, and now as we see, we predicted the ES is not gonna go above this line today, and it happened, so we're not surprised. And we predicted this market gonna come here. We are not surprised because the market works like Rolex most of the time. The CL we predicted is gonna take a dive. It did. And now if we look at the gold, it's 2,700, and you can see start sinking. Now, let's see if this ES gonna go farther a little bit, and that is gonna push your PNL. If the ES goes down, your PNL gonna go up. Simple. Piece of cake. Or it could be a piece of banana. We'll find out. Now, if this market go below that number here, we have a good potential short. And there we go. If this market go below that number, we have a short on a sim. You're not paying us to be miserable with you. And if the ES go below that line, we have a short on a sim. The results on that trade depends on the ES if it's gonna go up or it's gonna go down. Because below that number here, we have short. Remember that. They're all connected. This is not a wash machine you turn on Monday. You know, you put dirty clothes and then pop out to US dollars. Magically, you know. There we go. Look at this market. And there we go. And now the impact on that PNL is coming from the ES, not your chart and not your auto trade. And there we go. We call that trade short. And of course, the auto trade nailed it short. We are on the right direction. Thank you. Now the ES is going down. Now we are climbing to 4,000 on the gold. It's not because they auto trade. It's because of the market movement. I hate to say that. And guess what? Welcome to trading. Once you are educated, you are in control with the market. And when you are uneducated, you are just a fast train fixing to flip over on the first curve. No way. You can bull yourself around this business here. Trading, market, whether you are a future, Forex, Bitcoin, you're not going to get away just because we have a beautiful, gorgeous eyes. You're not going to get away with it. Now, the farther this ES going down, the ES is your best signal in the house. You don't need to look at the other charts. CL, ES can give you decision where this market going. Whether we trade ES or not, whether we like ES or not. Treat this market like a woman. Don't fight her. Try to understand her, because if you fight a woman, she can make your life miserable. Here, the market can make your life miserable. Don't fight the market. Wait till this market comes to you, and then you make a proper decision, and then you cross it. Now, here it is a decision for the trader. This magic number is 45, 50, 75. If this market gonna go above that number, I'm closing that trade immediately. And if you are looking, say, why there is no stop loss, there is a stop loss. The market changed direction, the auto trade closed the trade immediately, because it's based on a price line. It's not one of those out of a junk flea market called ATR. You know, you can find it in some Sunday flea market. This is based on a lot of equations, price lines, not an ATR. So if this market goes above the 45, 50, 75, I will force close this ES trade. If this market stay below, I'm on the right direction, including the NASDAQ. I am on the right direction. So if we see the results right now, the market dropping, the gold is going up in the air. Once we go below this 41, this is a floating fibs. Once we go below the 41.45, we are on a beautiful ride with a trade. I will start breathing when the ES go below the 41.45.25. That means I'm out of trouble. As long as the ES flirting with that number, we just called that number for you. I'm a little bit nervous. So when I get nervous, I close position. And what I will do, I picked up some money. The auto trade is still working. And if the market gonna change direction, the auto trade is gonna take it. If the market gonna drop, the auto trade is gonna take the trade. I picked up a few $100. I'm okay with it, and I'll let the auto trade take one more round. So it's very important, this ES, not to go above the 41.51. If the ES go above the 40.51, I'm gonna force close this NASDAQ at $3,700 on that trade. We can look at the technical chart. It's gonna come to project from the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, we have a long signal, is gonna come and project from 30.42, but I'm not gonna be taking the chances. There is a $3,000 on the table. I'm gonna take this 3,000 and then call it off for today on that trade. It's finished. And I'm finished with this one. And now I'm gonna give it one more shot on the gold, as long as above, because now it is a burger time, lunch time, coming soon. Now at 11 o'clock, I'm not interested in taking any more trades. I just want to pick up my pieces from the table and call it off for today. So now I'm gonna keep my eye on it, technical or no technical, if the ES going up or down. If this market above 3,000, I'll be staying on that. If this market hit the 3,000, I'm closing that trade. Simple, because we are done. You can have a smooth ride in the market when you know your stuff, or you can sit down with all kind of pills and diapers, scared to death from the market because you don't know what you're doing. You have no destination in the market. You have no clue where you're gonna land at the end of the day. And that it is the impact on the human. It can break you down in pieces, and then you start making personality in the trading is before the indicator, before the auto trade. Personality. You've seen a lot of big men with the big muscles. They broke down in the trading, and you have some people, they are thin, but they are strong from inside. They can handle pressure, and the market here. Okay, you see, I'm out of here. I'm done, closed, finished. 3,040. What we have done today, the amount of tick we've done, I don't want to sit down and brag the number of ticks we done. You go back and you calculate your own. Get your mobile phone and add the ticks by yourself. I don't want to do that. Now it is finished. What time is it? 10:53. What did we say? The market is not going to cross this line. It did not. What is this here? Rubbish. It's no longer this market valid for anything. It might gonna go down here and go up again and go down here. But what we did, we took the trades, we took the crumbs off the table, we left nothing for amateur trading. and we walk away and let those guys sit miserably behind their dishwasher machine called Autotrade and trying to find a miracle by doing optimization, not using their brain. This is their time right now to sit miserably behind the computer and be miserable for the rest of their life. But our job is done, and there's nothing left in this market to look at. And this is the difference between an educated person and a person come into the trading business. He thinks it's a dishwasher machine. He just turn it on in the morning. In the evening, he's going to live happily after. And folks, that's all what we have for today. We're done. There is nothing left. What we have here is a chop market, miserably chop market, and no reason to ruin our eyes looking at the screens. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and we'll see you other day on the same channel. Please be careful with your trading. Bye.